very feisty and has a sassy personality, and she's a little bit manipulative too. So it was really fun to play around with her character and get to, you know her and be her.
So can you tell us a little bit what it was like playing two different characters in the film?
Yes, I play this little girl in a wheelchair in Kansas, and I play China Girl in the Land of Oz. And it was really interesting to get to play two characters, but they were kind of, like in the original, how they are supposed to be basically the same person. With the little girl in the wheelchair, she's very sick and she's not well, and she's just very it's sad to see her like that. And so that one's more down, but then China Girl's very sad too at the beginning when you first meet her. She's orphaned, her legs are broken, but as you go along in the story, she becomes much happier and much she kind of recreates a family for herself with everyone around her.
What does it mean to be in a Disney film?
Disney film is amazing, and not just a Disney film, this film, Oz the Great and Powerful, it's just crazy. And it's such an honor to be a part of something this big, and it's really exciting, that I get to work with James Franco, Mila Kunis, Michelle Williams, Zach Braff, Rachel Weisz, and Sam Raimi. Those guys are just amazing. So it's been really surreal for me. China Girl and I are a lot alike. She's very very sassy, and she's a little bit manipulative, and I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm manipulative, but in a way I am, because I pull a lot of pranks on my sisters. But she just has a really outgoing bubbliness about her, and I think we share that in common.
So you were on set, correct, when you were filming?
Mm-hmm.
So how was that? Because you play one of two CG characters. Was it difficult? How was it interacting with the other characters on set?
It was really, because there was first, so Zach and I basically did the same thing. We had a booth that we called the puppet booth, where we were, and that's where they filmed our faces and attached our facial expressions onto our characters. But also we got to be on set a lot too and film on set, and sometimes, let's say if we were in the haunted forest scene, we would have to hide behind, let's say there was a rock there and our characters were sitting on the rock. Zach and I, if we were on set, we'd have to hide behind the rock and be in the scene, and they would film our faces again with separate cameras to try to catch our expressions. But it was just a fun way of, it was both. You got to be on set, you got to be in your booth, but either way, you were super close to everyone. I was really nervous about watching the movie, seeing how it all played out and how China Girl, how it looked and how my voice sounded with her, and I was just relieved, and I was so happy with the movie. It was so good, and I was just so excited, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
Right. Well, and just to your voice is moving in the movie. So how did you find the voice?
Well, I had to make it a little bit more doll-like, and but she. It was really, because she's a lot like me, I just kind of had to be myself with a little bit of China Girl touch. When people ask me this question, it's just because people are like, how do you balance your kid, 13-year-old fun life? But this is fun for me. This is my fun. This business. It's what I love to do, and I've been doing it for since I was 4, and I'm 13 now. So it's been a long time, and I'm in love with it, and it's just the best. I wouldn't want to do anything else. My advice to girls or boys or anybody who wants to do acting, whether it's a sport they want to get into, whether it's magic, whatever they want to do, I think that it's for me, it's very difficult, because it took me a while to get here, and now that I'm here, it's just amazing. But it was a lot of rejection and a lot of disappointment, lots of auditioning and getting so close, but just not getting it. And it's hard. It's really sad, and it takes a while to get used to it. There's things I get super disappointed about. There's things that I've cried about. You have to just never give up, because you never know when something can happen or
when it's your time.
Yeah, exactly. It's really exciting for me that little girls look up to me and they're like, oh, I want to be like you, and some of them come up to me and like, oh my gosh, I love your movies, and it's just it's really cool to know that little girls look up to me and that some of them want to be like me, or some of them look to me as their role model, and they look to my characters as their role models too, and I think that's it's really neat to see these little girls who are really excited about something.
Did you have to audition for the role, or?
I went straight to a screen test, and I met Sam there, and he was so nice. I love Sam. He's so cool, and that was the first time I had met him. And just getting to work with him along the whole way has been amazing. He's just an amazing, brilliant director. He's so detailed with his work, but not like to make you crazy with the word "the" instead of the word "it's," things like that. He really was the opposite of that. He wanted to know exactly what you thought about your character. He wanted you to feel super comfortable in the scene. He would always ask me, like, Joey, is there anything that you think we can add or take away or do differently in this scene? And we'd sit together and we just plan these things. And I think, which I would personally want to be more, probably be Glinda. She's just so elegant and beautiful, and I love her. I love that she's the good witch and she can make bubbles appear out of nowhere. So I think that's so cool, One of my favorite scenes watching in the movie is the scene where I'm begging Finley and Oz to take me with them on their adventure. It's really funny, and because it's my manipulating scene where I manipulate them into I dupe them, and I'm just like, please, and they say yes, and then my whole personality changes. So that one's really funny to watch, and I really like. I kind of it makes me laugh, that one. So I like that scene a lot.